Hello and welcome, Lockdown Defenders. This is Coach Mike, and today we are breaking down one of the promising young defenders in the NBA, Dyson Daniels. He's definitely jumped out watching the Australian national team in the Olympics. Let's dive into what has made his defense so effective in the NBA and on the international stage.
Oh man, what a defensive play. Tremendous defense. Wow.
To start, Daniels primarily uses an upward stance, as you can see in these clips, not getting very low in his defensive stance, and instead taking a defensive stance that we typically see in soccer or maybe even Aussie rules football, which prioritizes containment. And Daniels certainly contains drivers as well as anyone, pairing the upward stance with the cushion slide to stay in front of offensive players and make them finish over him. Like in the Herb Jones breakdown, notice how Daniels stays on the balls of his feet even when moving backwards. That's crucial for a containment and pressure defender, as the balls of the feet can supply the most lateral force, so even when moving backwards, his heels rarely touch the ground. This keeps him explosive and able to move in any direction as well as take contact, which leads us into Dyson Daniels' ability to wall up. Whether he is off the ball or on the ball, Daniels utilizes strong wall-ups, not caving back and ending under the rim with the offensive player in ideal position to score. Instead, battling the offensive player for that line of attack, forcing them wide and fading away. As the common phrase goes, fouling with the lower body, but showing legal guarding position with the upper body. And that's before we even mention his 6'10" wingspan, allowing him not only to have strong walls and long ones, but also to block shots and protect the rim. Now, I don't want you thinking Dyson Daniels is only a containment defender, because that is far from the truth. He also has the ability to pressure and get after the ball, picking his moments to pick up ball handlers full court and initiate disruptive control, using pressure to make the offensive player more predictable, allowing Dyson Daniels to beat the offensive player to spots and catch it with his chest. In the international game at the Olympics, he's been wreaking havoc at the point of attack of Australia's defense. One of the skills that allows Daniels to go from excelling at pressure and containment is his mastery of the crossover step, something we broke down in our last footwork video, breaking the myth that great defenders never cross their feet. In fact, they do, and they do it often. As you can see, the crossover slide allows Daniels to cover a tremendous amount of distance while staying square with his chest on the ball. This allows him to effectively cut off angles from his cushion position, but also recover in space from his pressure. This is one of the key techniques of lockdown defenders, and right now through the Olympic Games you can receive a free lockdown defensive workout by heading over to lockdownhoops.com or clicking the link in the description below. Simply sign up and we'll send you a 7-drill workout ideal for building defensive agility and explosiveness before summer is over. Now let's get back to the breakdown, because as a coach, one of my favorite aspects of Daniels' defense is the discipline and technique in his closeouts. Daniels is one of the most consistent players I have seen at showing an early hand in his closeouts. A very taken for granted technique, but from all the stats in college and the NBA, one of the biggest ways you can have an impact on a shooter during a closeout. Get that hand up early, before the feet have even broken down, and certainly before the offensive player has gone into their shooting rhythm. You might think this is commonplace, but it is far from the norm. Just watch these clips of one of the best defenses in the NBA. They might look like contests, but when you look at them slowly, those contests are late, meaning there is little impact on those shooters. But that's just part of the equation for Daniels. Now that you can impact the shot and take it away, you have to be ready to contain the drive, something Daniels does extremely well. And I want to highlight 2 keys when it comes to closing out and containing drives. First, we go back to the feet. Notice the heels are elevated in his closeout. That shows he is ready to explode in containment. Many players close out on their heels as they struggle to slow down, but this body and weight position puts them off balance and unable to explode in response to an offensive player's first step. The second key when it comes to containment is more of a mental note, and one we cover in the Lockdown Academy. As you close out, you want to play the shot because that's your role, to take away the shot, but you need to always be thinking the drive. Play shot, think drive. Play the shot simply means have an early hand up and arrive on the catch in your distance of impact. But your mind and body should always be thinking and ready to react to the drive, because we cannot let players drive right by us in a closeout situation. The mind should always be anticipating, especially when it comes to off-ball defense. Another area where Daniels is on point. Not using these moments off the ball to catch his breath, but instead constantly reading and ready to rotate to make a play, whether that's jumping a gap steal or rotating to a rollman to get the steal on the pocket pass. He is looking out for his team and making plays off the ball. For these reasons, you can see why Dyson Daniels has piqued my interest as a rising star on the defensive end, doing it on the international stage and the NBA. And we didn't even mention his Scottie Pippen-esque post-entry steals and his ability to guard the post. Australia has certainly produced some great defenders throughout the years, and we will see if Dyson Daniels can leave his mark on that legacy. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button to this channel and check me out on X for even more commentary and video breakdowns. As always, I'm Coach Mike with Lockdown Defense. Keep up the hard work.